Hello and welcome to Groomer Solutions. My name is Ron, and in this video I'm going to show you how to complete an appointment and show you the Groomer copy page as well. So when you first log in, here is going to be your today's appointments. So right now we have one at 9 o'clock, one at 10 o'clock, and one at 11 o'clock. Also shows the dog name and client name and so on and so forth, type of breed, etc. If we look over here, here's the contact phone numbers and so on. So, for example, if, say for example, Kathy did not show up at 9 o'clock, we have the information right here without having to go anywhere else that we can make a phone call to Kathy and find out if Spot is still going to be coming in today or if we need to reschedule. Here we have promotions. So when Kathy perhaps booked the appointment, she had mentioned that she has a promotional coupon, and the system has tracked that for you and to say that she'll probably be using that today. Okay. The other two do not have that. Under status, we have confirmed for all three of these, which is great. We have other statuses available. So for example, let's click on that now and let's go edit. And here's the status that we have. So we have confirm appointment, okay, no show, call for pickup, confirmed, left voicemail, canceled, and no answer. So if we clicked on no answer, for example, when we made our phone calls yesterday or however we made the contact with Kathy or tried to, if we go back now to the main page, we'll see that it says no answer. So there may be a situation where we couldn't get in contact with her or what have you. Okay. Next thing I'd like to show you is let's take a quick look at Spot. Here's Spot's general information. Now, so we have, so markings is black and white. Okay. Temperament. Okay, so what we've done is we've noted, because Kathy has mentioned this to us, or perhaps we've discovered this in the previous groom, unfortunately, is that Spot is very mean to other dogs. In which case that would suggest that we need to keep Spot in a quiet place or not close to other dogs, or as much as we can possibly do that. Now notice also that there's a check mark on special shampoo, which tells us that Spot needs some type of shampoo. Maybe it's a medicated shampoo perhaps. Treats are okay, so there's a checkbox there that we can give Spot treats. And we also know that Spot's in a daycare. Now, interestingly enough, if Spot doesn't like other dogs and he's in a daycare, well, that could be quite interesting. And notice there's vaccination info as well. So if you were to collect that information from your client, you can also fill that information out here if you chose to. So I wanted to show you this because if we go back to the main page here now, and let's go ahead and let's click on Groomer Copy. Now we designed Groomer Copy so that this information can go with the pet to the bath station. If you have a specific bather that does the bathing for you, and you just do the grooming perhaps, or maybe you do both. Maybe you do the bathing and the grooming. So depending on how your structure is, this information can go with the pet, so anybody who needs to see this has it available to them. So again, just to recap, so we know now that the markings are black and white for Spot. We know Spot is a male. And notice the temperament, okay, very mean to other dogs. So this is really good information to have for anybody who's working with Spot. We also know that Kathy has requested a frequency of every 2 months for her appointments. Okay, so that's something that you can look at the point when perhaps the appointment is completed and Kathy's paying for it. You can take a look and make sure that the next appointment is booked in. We know by looking at this, it's already booked in for March 2nd, so someone's already taken care of that for us. So we don't need to worry about that. Okay. Again, treats says yes. Special shampoo is yes. So if you're doing the bathing or if you have somebody else doing the bathing, they need to watch for this just to make sure that they have the correct shampoo. And also knowing that Spot's been in a daycare, they can also maybe take an extra look to make sure that there's no fleas and so on. Okay. Now notice over here in about the middle section here under Groomer it says Pat. So Kathy, for whatever reason, has requested Pat to do the grooming on her pet from this point on. Perhaps maybe she preferred the groom or friends with Pat. Who knows? But at any rate, we know by this that Pat should be the one who does the grooming, unless other arrangements have been made. And notice we also have punch card. Punch card is what we talked about in a previous video, where the client can get a punch card and is required at this point. So over on the far right, we have timeout. So you can make arrangements with Kathy when to come pick up her pet, and you can note it here if you like, and that way it tells everybody when they need to have Spot done for. There's a spot here that says tag ID. What we have done is we've added this in only because if Spot comes with say his own collar, for instance, we put a number on the collar, and that way we don't get it lost with another pet. Okay. So if we look down a little bit further now, we also talked about price estimates in a previous video. So here we have a price estimate for a bath of $30, a haircut estimate of $50. And of course, this will all depend on what Spot has done for today. Perhaps you may charge extra for nails to be done. At any rate, you can charge appropriately. There's also a notes section. So if the groomer has come up with something that, say, Kathy needs to be aware of, maybe there's hotspots or what have you that Kathy should be aware of to watch for. Maybe there's the dog has a sore hip, perhaps. At any rate, there's general information that can be put in here. Also a good idea to put in the details of the groom as well. So maybe you want to make a note of what specific blades have been used and so on. Okay? So there's a spot for you to do that as well. Down here there's past history, so if there was any past history, maybe from another grooming shop that the client has let you know about, that information can go in there as well if required. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's close this now. And let's say now, okay, the groom is done, so we need to go ahead and let's complete this appointment. So we have two options. We can either edit the appointment or we can complete. So in this example, let's complete. Okay, and notice earlier we mentioned that Kathy had a coupon. The system has remembered that, and it's a dog park coupon. In this case now, of course, we know that Pat is the groomer, but as I mentioned earlier that there's some situations perhaps that Pat was not available to do that. You could also select John as the groomer if required. So let's choose Pat. So details of groom, you can be quite specific in here if you'd like to be. So let's say bath and 3F strip or haircut. There. So now the next time that Spot is in, then we know exactly what was done today. And so then Pat will remember from last time, oh, I better remember to do the nails, and I better clean out the ears and take a look and see how that's going. Okay, so let's do a dollar amount, let's say $45 for this. And we have a $5 coupon. So again, now total $45. Taxes $4.80. Total amount due $44.80. And now we can select the payment method: cash, check, debit, Visa, MasterCard, and so on. Kathy's going to use cash. And let's click on complete appointment. So now if we look at this, we see that we have 2 more appointments to be done today. Kathy's appointment is now completed, and we see that it was groomed by Pat. Okay. And she also used the dog park coupon, and the total amount was $44.80. Now if Kathy did phone back and say, oh gee, did we book an appointment for Spot? Very easily you can go ahead and click on Spot. You see there's Spot's information. Notice now that the details of the groom have been put in, and it's completed. And PW was Pat's initials for Pat White. $44.80 was the total amount done, or total amount for the groom. And yes, in fact, we have an appointment booked in for March 2nd at 10 a.m. Okay, so if we go back to the home page, we have 2 more appointments. So let's go ahead and let's say Boots unfortunately was not able to make it in today. She did phone and give us some warning about that. So what we can do is that we can go ahead and instead of completing the appointment, because the appointment needs to be canceled, let's click on Edit. And let's mark this one as canceled. And we can put some information in here. There. So we've put in something came up. Customer will call to rebook. Okay. So we don't need to put in any other information here. So let's click on Update. And if we go back to the main page now, notice that we have one appointment canceled for today. And of course, there's really no other information to give at this point. Okay. Wasn't groomed by anybody. And let's go and complete John Barr. So this one's going to be completed. And we're going to leave it at no promotion. Okay. This appointment was done by John. So 7F strip, 3F legs. Okay. And again, fictitious pricing. Payment done by check. And there we have it. So there's the price there, $30.24 and $44.80, and our third appointment for today was canceled. Now if we look over here on the left hand side very quickly, the cancellation list, there's nobody on the cancellation yet. Current date, there's 0 because the appointments have been completed. To be done, there's 8 more appointments to be done in the system. And again, it just echoes the 2 appointments that were already done for today, which were right here. And if we look at client and pets, so we have 5 clients, 5 pets, and we have 2 pets with pre-books as well. And again, if we look down a little bit further, we see that there is 2 appointments booked in with promotions that need to be done. And everything else is at 0 at this point because we don't have enough data in to suggest anything else. I hope this information has been helpful to you. Again, we will be doing other videos in regards to tomorrow's appointments and how we can deal with that and booking in extra appointments. And we will also be looking at reporting. Now that we have some data in, we can actually start seeing some reporting that we can show to you. So thanks for watching. You can also see our information on how-tos at petgroomersolutions.com. Just click on the link at the top, the how-tos, and you'll see other videos in this series. Thanks very much.